All right, Joellen, I guess we're going to be doing something that I love to do today. Huh?
Yeah, planting flowers. But first, we've got to get rid of the ones that are here to make way for the next season.
And you know this is always hard for me to do, right?
Well, look how beautiful they are.
They look good.
And just take a moment.
Okay.
The coleus did wonderful.
I did.
But the pentas that did great last time and the vinca that did well last time are somewhere.
Yeah, they're in there somewhere.
But nobody cut the coleus. If we and look how sparse and large they've gotten.
Yeah.
If somebody would have cut the coleus and kept them under control, I bet the pentas and the vinca would have done better because they would have had more light.
Okay.
So we're going to kind of rip them out and put in the fall foliage color. So we'll put these in the compost garden.
All right.
Let's go.
Yeah. All right. I'll do that. Yeah, I'll let you pop those out.
Yeah, there. Don't want to break them off because then it'll be harder to get up. Good thing is there's not much weeds because it shaded the ground. I think we're going to have to call that quits.
Yeah.
That'll go well in the compost pile.
So what do you think about the soil?
Well, we finally got a soil test.
Oh, we did a
on
soil
this.
test.
Yes.
How about that?
And
what did it reveal?
Guess what? We have a pH of 7.63, which
it's pretty high.
Is a bit high.
It's pretty high.
So we are going to have to add soil acidifier to the soil. And according to the label and recommendations from the soil test, we're not going to need a whole lot to raise the pH in this. So what we're going to do is lightly sprinkle soil acidifier down and incorporate it in the ground just a little bit, and then we're going to test the pH in about 6 months to see if we've gotten it lower.
Okay.
And if we still need to lower it after that, we can sprinkle it again. But we don't want to over put soil acidifier in. We don't want to put too much. I'd rather side on being not enough than too much.
Yeah, so just a little bit at a time.
Just a little bit at a time.
All right.
It takes a while for it to change the pH, several months.
Yeah.
So we're just going to do this gradually because think about it. It rose gradually.
Yes.
We've been doing this for many years, so we don't want to suddenly shock the ground and make it too much acid in here for anything to live.
I would agree with that. And guess how many times we've done this? 17
times. That's a lot of planting.
How about that?
That's a lot of growing for this soil.
Yeah, building it up. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's nice and organic now. And you know, the product of organic matter, pH is 7.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're not too terribly far off from that, but that means we have nice organic soil.
Yeah.
But it's time to make the pH correct. Of course, when you're applying this, you got to watch the wind to make sure you don't get it too far.
All right, we're just doing a little bit, right?
Just a little bit.
Okay. This nutrient availability is so important for establishing flowers and plants, which is why it's always important to get your soil tested, right?
Yes, definitely. And that's all we're going to do.
Oh, okay.
We don't need too much. But of course, since we're planting, we are going to, and pansies, we don't want them, they like cooler weather, which we're going to start getting here soon. And so
Hopefully.
We want them to grow well, so we're going to give them a little bit of boost by putting just a little bit of fertilizer on the ground.
What is that thing your mother said about this?
Yeah, feeding the chickens.
Feeding the chickens. All right.
Yeah.
I like that, Mom.
Not a
Feeding
whole
the
lot.
chickens.
And just to incorporate it in the ground, we'll just mix it up just a bit. Down the rock.
Right, it sounds like hard ground. Yeah.
This over here is very dry.
Right.
But I don't want to incorporate it too far down because I want the soil that we have the plants in to benefit from our soil acidifier and our fertilizer.
Okay. Okay.
Now it's mulch.
And why do we mulch first?
We mulch first because think about if you planted all these plants and then you wanted to mulch on top. See how heavy this mulch is? Oh my gosh, we would be burying our plants. So it's easier
Let me know
to mulch first.
how much you want. Let me know.
Yeah, this is cedar mulch, and they recommend cedar mulch for around houses and stuff because It does keep some bugs away from, because it is cedar, it's aromatic, and sometimes bugs don't like aromatic mulches. There we go.
Okay, it's good enough.
Looks good. Now we'll plant our seasonal color.
All right. So what are we planting?
Well, we've got two things. Guess what we're revisiting?
Oh, the Dusty Miller.
The Dusty Miller,
Yeah.
the famous Dusty Miller. We'll see how long it lasts this time,
Yeah.
because you know this was a while ago, so the pH is a little bit different. So we'll see how this reacts with our new soil acidifier in here. But this is Dusty Miller. It's evergreen. It's a biannual, and sometimes it blooms on the second year, yellow flowers. But right now we want it for the nice foliage color that it is.
Foliage, yeah.
And we have 5 of them.
Okay.
So I like to see them in the center of the bed, because
Nice
if
looking
they do
transplants.
like what they did before, we can leave them in the bed for the summer. That looks pretty good. So we can plant these.
Okay. So what are our planting tips?
And our planting tips are, we want to plant this at the same level of the soil that is in the container.
Okay.
Then you look at the roots. These are nice roots, not too rooted. Don't have to do much to it.
Yeah, those are
But I
nice.
take the trowel and I move the mulch away so I can see the soil. And dig a hole to plant this. It's very dry on this side of the bed. Very dry.
Yeah, it's pretty wet on this side of the
We'll
bed.
have to water this side in for sure. But again, just set it so the soil's the same level as the ground. Don't want to put too much dirt over the top. And then we take our mulch and we place it back over the top. This year we're doing something different. We've got violas. We've got 2 different kinds. One is a mix of colors, and the other one is a little bit different variety that's got kind of a purpley pink and white combination. And so we'll set these out first and we'll fill in with the others.
All right.
When you have containers like this, try not to pull the plants out. I like to put my fingers through them and squeeze the pots a little bit. Let the plants come out by themselves.
So how do you know what pattern that you're looking for?
Since we have a lot of the other, I wanted to make sure I have some kind of pattern with this particular one. So I've decided to kind of make it in the center and then put the others all the way around it. And one thing about pansies that's going to be different from summer annuals, these don't grow very big. So you want to have we usually plant these a little bit closer together than we do summer annuals, because these don't grow so much in the wintertime. Now, why don't we go ahead and plant these?
Okay.
And then I just don't want to step on anything, so it's easier to plant them little bits at a time so that we don't step on them.
Sounds good to
And
me.
again, the same thing. Take your plant up, move the mulch away, find the dirt, dig a hole. Don't plant it too deep. Same level as the plant came out of the container. And then we take our mulch and we place it back over the top. I'm going to plant these in the front, I think,
Okay.
next. So we'll get the front done and then we'll finish out the back of the bed.
All right.
Got a nice mix here. Again, thinking of our triangles. Now, we can start planting them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, as you get toward this end, it definitely is dry.
That's why I don't make much headway.
All right, Joellen, this is the one we're looking for.
That's the one you're looking for. That one's coming apart too.
Yeah, you just kind of
have to collect. Yeah, they're not as well rooted in the containers.
And get in there.
But just give it all the soil that's there and it will eventually grow. Be happy?
Oh, it'll be happy. All right. Right.
Wow. It feels like fall.
Feels like fall.
With seeing all these nice, these violas and the dusty miller. Now the temperatures need to keep getting cooler.
Yeah, these get a little cooler.
Just a little bit cooler.
Well, thank you, Joellen. I like when a plan comes together, don't you?
Yes, it's very nice.
This is good. Thank you much. And we'll wait to see what happens.
That's right.
All right. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. To find out more information on this topic, just click on the familyplotgarden.com link in the description.